Ori and the Blind Forest is one of the best 2D platformers I've ever played, and many of you probably already know that. The game does a great job of portraying a story of good and evil, but that line of thinking can be quickly turned on its head with a little closer look on the story that the game is trying to tell us. But before we get into those underlying themes, let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay is also a big part of what ties in to make Ori such a great game. Firstly, the game starts you off with no other actions but being able to run and jump, with you gaining an offensive ability to shoot tiny blasts that auto-lock onto your enemies shortly after starting the game, which we'll get to in a little bit. Front flipping throughout the forest and all the different environments that Ori has to offer looks great, feels amazing, and is a blast to watch play out on screen. Now to talk about Ori's offensive capabilities. The game really relies on you being able to capitalize on enemies' missed attacks. It's up to you to quickly retaliate with your own attacks while preparing to dodge the next oncoming blow. This can get a little tedious at times, as this game is pretty tough, especially on hard mode. But the game does get easier as you get stronger, and Ori getting stronger is necessary in order to battle the big evil eagle bird thing, or Kuro as the game calls it, toward the game's conclusion. You gain abilities like the double jump, the wall jump, and this sick Matrix ability that is by far the best ability in the game. Bonus points if you know where that reference is from. But seriously, it's such a cool ability to have to be able to use, and not only does using the ability like slow down time and give you an extra burst in jump height, you can also redirect shots to destroy certain obstacles in your way. Not only can it be used as a puzzle solving mechanic, it can also be used as an offensive capability to redirect projectile shots back at enemies for even more damage than you could just regularly blasting them. Not only is this very, very satisfying to pull off, it's also very, very cool to watch. All these abilities allow for you to traverse new areas that you couldn't before, which lead to new energy cells, new health boosts, and new ability points, and so on. Very much like a Metroidvania-styled game. All these abilities culminate in some seriously spectacular platforming sections. I'll just let the game do the talking here. What a segment. Totally didn't take me to do 50 tries to do that. What? But once you do it successfully, the series of actions you perform is so very satisfying to watch. And the best part about it is that it's not a cutscene. You perform every single maneuver, and there's a real sense of danger as the water chases you while the camera scrolls upward. Also, don't even get me started on the music. Now, guys, I'm about to talk about the story, so if you don't want anything spoiled for you, leave now. But if you guys would like to see the rest of the video, then please continue on with me. As for the story, the game begins with a prologue as we examine the relationship between Naru, who begins taking care of our young hero, Ori. Naru and Ori enjoy fruits from the forest, and everything is full of life. Naru and Ori build bridges to get to the trees with more fruit, so as not to take too much from any one tree. This can be shown when Naru marks an X on one of the trees to show that they've already taken from this tree before. Life is good for the both of them, but this peace couldn't last forever. The spirit tree calls out to Ori, as Ori was once a part of the tree. He stretches his light out further than usual in the process, because the tree is unable to find Ori. And this is because Naru doesn't let Ori go, because Naru is because she cares about Ori. And as a result, the forest begins to die. As a result, Nori dies of starvation because she tries to save Ori instead of herself, not worrying about her own hunger. And thus, Ori's journey to bring life and light back to the forest begins. And thus, Ori must gather the three elements of light to restore balance and bring life back to the forest. However, Kuro stealing Sane from the tree is more justified than you originally may think. As I've said once before, this game isn't just as simple as light versus dark. At the very end of the game, Kuro causes fires to the forest, and Naru, who has now been revived by one of the orbs of light, comes searching for Ori and finds him collapsed on the ground. With that one small scene, with Kuro lovingly caring for her dead owlets, we understand the reasoning behind why she did what she did. Whether it was out of revenge, or not wanting her last remaining child to be killed by the light from the Tree of Light, she stole the orb from the tree. However, she returns it to its rightful place, partly because she may feel guilty about what happened to the forest, and also because the last egg that she laid was about to be destroyed by the encroaching forest fire, and so she sacrificed herself. That this new egg is being taken care of by Naru and Ori, with life brimming within the forest once again. Seems like quite the happy ending. However, I think the developers may have left a little bit more room for interpretation. Who's to say the egg won't actually turn into the next Kuro in order to protect its offspring? It seems like the denizens of light and darkness have trouble coexisting with one another already. So while it is a beautiful ending, the egg cracking at the end of the game could be just as ominous and foreboding to the world of Ori than we once thought. Anyway guys, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I do hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you didn't like the video, please leave a dislike. And let me know in the comments down below what you guys would like me to make a video on next. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great day and have yourselves a good one.